with all this hate going on, with all these horrible projections that the Houston Texans have, I fully expect Deshaun Watson to be the MVP of this year's league. Cue the intro.
The city of the dream team, Hakeem, Turing, Beyonce, yeah, man. And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block made a hot spill.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calvillo. And guys, the national media clearly has no faith in the Houston Texans. They fully expect us to be one of the worst teams in our division, one of the worst teams in the NFL. They have us only winning 6 games. They have us, not even competing. Deshaun Watson was ranked like the 20th best quarterback. The Houston Texans were ranked the 28th best team, since last season ended. And I think all this downplay, all this negativity, all this, no optimism whatsoever is going to be one of the reasons why Deshaun Watson is going to be the MVP, because he's just going to absolutely prove people wrong. Deshaun Watson is going to enter his prime this year or the next, about to play the best football he will play in his career. And that is why I think it is important and it's special when we hear that Tim Kelly is now asking players what they want to run and what works best for them. When you have that and you have a quarterback who runs what he wants to, this offense is going to be special. I said it yesterday. As a rookie, billobrien used a lot of what Deshaun Watson did in Clemson, and Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans were averaging 35 points a game. One of the most electrifying offenses in a 6-week span. And if they could duplicate that again, Deshaun Watson is going to be the MVP. Deshaun Watson has 28-1 odds to win the MVP. That's where you should be putting your money at, is on Deshaun Watson. John Wade said it, when we did the video with Texans Unfiltered, that you should be betting on the Houston Texans because they're going to be much better than what they are. And let's really talk about what this offense has that's going to lead to Deshaun Watson being the MVP. The offensive line is going to get better. They had a 65 win percentage against the pass. We were a top 10 team in rushing. You expect it to get better. Why? Lerman Tunsil is going to have a full off season with the Houston Texans. Max Sharpen will get better. Titus Howard will get better. Nick Martin, I think, is a very underrated center for the Houston Texans. Zach Fulton, whether he's there or not, is a serviceable right guard. Larry Warford is still out there. I heard he wants some money. That's going to be up for the Houston Texans to pay him that. This offensive line is going to be much better than what people expect to. I'm super excited for what they can do. And when you give the quarterback time, he's going to be able to make throws that just, when he had time last season, Deshaun Watson was one of the most elite throwers. He was one of the most elite deep balls. Speaking of deep balls, half of our wide receivers can go up and get the deep ball. When you have speed demons like Brandon Cooks, an elite speed demon, you have an elite speed demon in Will Fuller, where defenses cannot afford to cover the other one because the other one will get free. That is gonna be dangerous for this offense. And let's talk about Kenny Stills, a veteran who is going to get one full season under this whole playbook. And not only that, we finally have a real slot wide receiver. Randall Cobb, I think, is going to be really good for the Houston Texans team. Last season for the Dallas Cowboys, in his first year in the slot, had 900 yards and I think 4 or 5 touchdowns. I think he could duplicate that better, probably a little bit less because we have so many weapons. But that's something, that's something that you have to live with. And, another group of people who we haven't really talked about, or who I haven't talked about, is the tight ends. I love Darren Fells. I love what he did. Do I think he's going to do it again and be one of the leading touchdowns for tight ends? I don't think so. I think we're going to see Jordan Akins become the best tight end on this roster. I wanted that last year. We saw that when Jordan Akins had the ball, he was able to do things with the ball. I think he was top 10 for yards after the catch, and he wasn't even the starting tight end. Jordan Thomas, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I've never been a huge fan of Jordan Thomas. If he's released, that's tough. But, another tight end that we have to watch is Kahali Warren. Kahali Warren is just a specimen. He's an athletic beast. The only thing is, can he be on the field? And, those are only the receiving threats that I've talked about that are going to help Deshaun Watson get to that MVP caliber quarterback. Let's also look at, the running backs. two running backs who are some of the best pass catchers in the NFL as running backs. If David Johnson was a receiver for the Houston Texans, he would be the tallest wide receiver. These running backs will also help Deshaun Watson. It is now a pass-happy league, and if you want to be successful, you're going to need running backs that can catch the ball. What better than to have two of the best ones there? If you line up David Johnson, he is an actual threat to catch the ball. Duke Johnson, you can run screens with him. You can run flare routes with him. I love what Duke Johnson can bring. This whole offense excites me whatsoever. The only question is, and we're going to be doing a video of this probably tomorrow, is will Deshaun Watson overcome not the boneheaded mistakes, but the mistakes that Bill O'Brien makes as a head coach? But that's another topic for another day. I am just here to tell you right now that Ruben Calvillo, I am saying that Deshaun Watson is going to be the MVP, and the Houston Texans are going to shock the NFL. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Do you guys think I'm being too optimistic? I'm not putting my faith in O'Brien. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm putting my faith in Deshaun Watson. And when you have a quarterback that is an elite quarterback, that is a franchise quarterback, then you could go somewhere as a team. As always, guys, go Texans. As always, you guys have a blessed day.